Tiny, tiny, tiny table talks.
Good morning and welcome to Tiny Table Talks.
I know, we're not Sam and Nick, but we are Mark and Jennifer, and today, that's gotta be good enough.
This morning we're continuing our Tiny Table Talks on deconstruction. Essentially, our faith has evolved over the years, which means that some of the things we thought we once knew for sure, we no longer believe the same way.
Today, we're talking about deconstructing what it means to be a good Christian. You know, the things that we've been taught in church that make people think that you're some sort of a good version of what a Christian is supposed to be. Jennifer, let's tell the people what we're talking about.
We're talking about things like read your Bible every single day, as soon as you get up.
Pray for 20 minutes before you go to sleep.
Read a devotional book with your spouse.
Be a Proverbs 31 woman.
Go to church every Sunday and force your kids to go to youth group.
Volunteer at your church at least 3 days a week. You gotta live there.
Make sure you have a Bible in one hand and an American flag in the other.
Don't drink, don't smoke, don't chew, and don't hang around with those that do.
Only date other good Christians.
And definitely don't meet them in a bar.
This is just a drop in the bucket and it's exhausting.
Be honest, some of these things might actually work for you. They may be the sorts of things that bring you closer to God, and that is a good thing.
But to expect that every Christian's faith is going to look exactly the same, it just doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. And Mark and I don't do devotions together, but we both read lots of stuff. We listen to lots of podcasts. We talk about them. We don't really learn the same way. So to try to find something that's going to work for both of us is going to be really hard to do. But we love to talk about things and maybe argue or disagree about theology, just in our everyday lives.
I have read Proverbs 31. And if you want to read it through the lens of what people think the 1950s were supposed to be like, you'll get a vastly different picture than what was actually happening thousands of years ago, to be very honest with you. The Proverbs 31 woman, as viewed through that lens, is quite frankly out of context. For example, in our home, I do most of the cooking because I love to do it. Does that mean that Jennifer's not a Proverbs 31 woman? Heck no. And if you're a woman and love to cook, do your thing. Deconstructing these good Christian tropes means that you don't have to let anyone tell you who you are supposed to be. That's just silly.
The thought that you should have a Bible in one hand and the American flag in the other has really been driving me nuts, especially lately. Last week with the Capitol riots, one of the things that upset me the most was to see people carrying signs that say Jesus saves in one hand and a gun in the other. And I just can't find that anywhere in what Jesus called us to do. It seems like they're putting their love of country over their love for each other. And that's just the opposite of what we're called to do. Jesus called us to bring his kingdom to earth. And his kingdom is full of peace. His kingdom is full of justice. It's full of hope for everyone. Jesus did not call us to elevate a worldly kingdom here, but to bring his kingdom.
Truth. Bottom line, don't let any seemingly spiritual superheroes make you feel bad for the way that you connect with Jesus. Remember, there is that of God in every person, and you have access to God in so many ways.
Remember all the spiritual practices that we have been learning about this year and that we've been experiencing this year. Like different ways to pray, silence, meditation, study, gratitude, and so many more.
You love Jesus, right? I mean, I know most of you, and I know that you love Jesus. If so, then you and Jesus get to choose how your relationship will be, even if it doesn't look like the standard 1950s, put a suit on when you go to church, have a Bible with you everywhere you go, and smile even when you're sad. You don't have to look that way. You don't have to be that way. You and Jesus get to decide.
Join us next week when Nick and Sam will be back and we'll take back the tiny table. Bye.
Bye.